FPL Donatellos, welcome back. I'm your host, Sean the Don, aka the leader of the Butt Chin Army. And for today's video, I'm going to be going over the team selection for Game Week 3, aka who am I going to drop this week for a -4 that will end up getting 25 points and scoring 4 goals. I am still a little salty about that, but before we get into that, I want to give a quick shout out to the Predators, who is in first place in the Donatellos Mini League. It's an honor to have you in the squad. You're currently sitting at like 35K overall. Fantastic job so far. Also, I will be live streaming on Sunday after the final match is concluded. You guys were so awesome last week. I thought it was so fun. I want to do this again. Come by and ask me any question you want. FPL related, hip hop, favorite Rihanna song, whatever you choose. And let's go ahead and see how I did in Game Week 2. So before we start, I want to have a quick moment of silence for the 500,000 people, including myself, who dropped Son before he scored 4 goals this week. So before I started playing FPL, Son was arguably my favorite player in the Prem. But since I started playing FPL, complete opposite. I mean, this is a bigger love-hate relationship than following Rihanna on Instagram. Because Rihanna is awesome and she's beautiful, but I'll never meet her. But Son, honestly, last season, I brought him in brought him in for Trent Alexander-Arnold. TAA went on to drop like 24 points from one game. I captained Son that next week and he got me a -2. This season, I dropped Son and he goes on and scores 4 goals. I mean, again, I love the dude to death, but it's very frustrating for FPL. I should probably be more patient, but that's on me. So obviously dropping Son was devastating. He would have gotten half the points that my squad did. I ended up with 51 points, -4 gives me 47. Quick maths. So, I mean, there are some positives, though, looking at my squad. James Rodriguez did get 12 points. He scored a goal and assist, got a bonus point. 2 bonus points, I believe, sorry. And again, Everton looked really good. So I was honestly on top of the world, thinking my -4 played off. So it's not all loss. James played really well. But again, Danny Ings also scored 2. Martial blanked. Martial will get into a bit. He only got 2 points. That is a little worrying. But again, that was just their first game week of the season. I'm going to pump their brakes and stay patient this time. So Matt Ryan in goal. Again, quality got me 6 points. Anytime you can get 4.5 million keeper to get you more than 2 points is a positive. I'll take it. As far as my 2 defenders not named TAA, they conceded 9 goals combined. But they each got an assist, so I'll take the 6 points combined there as a positive. Alexander-Arnold got a bonus point. He's starting to look a little better. Let's see if he can develop coming Game Week 3. I was very happy with my defense. Aubameyang is my captain. Probably was a little bit rough to come away with only 5 points. But at the end of the day, again, I can't complain when my captain returns. It's when he doesn't return, that's the problem. But again, Aubameyang with 10 points as a captain, a bit of a disappointment. I almost switched it to James Rodriguez because Love on the Brain by Rihanna did play. But I was strong and I held true to who I am. And I decided not to put in James Rodriguez as my captain. It would have worked out. But again, I'm proud of myself for doing that. Salah coming away with 3 points. I'm not going to lie, that does hurt. Especially because he had a shot at the end of the game that I thought for sure he was going to put away. But he scored 20 points last week. I can't complain. He's on like an 11.5 points per match right now. So, of course, there are going to be matches he doesn't get attacking returns. That's fine. 3 points. I'll take it. Hopefully next week he can come away, if he's in my squad, and get some attacking returns. The 2 weak links in my midfield, if I'm being honest, are St. Maximin and Saka. They came away with 3 points collectively. Now, Saka did have a pass that led to an assist, so he did look good. And Tierney was hurt, so maybe he'll get consistent time at that left wing back. But right now, those 2 spots are very weak, and I need to find a way to upgrade them. St. Maximin for sure first because he is hurt, but I'll worry about that next. 3 points is a little rough, but I mean, what can I expect from £5 million midfielders? So for my front line, yes, 4 points is very frustrating for Werner and Martial combined. But if we break it down a little bit, Werner was playing against a Liverpool team who are usually hard to score against, let alone when you go down to 10 man. That red card by Christensen, my American football coach texted me and said, "That is a touchdown saving tackle. That is phenomenal." Unfortunately, it was a wrong football and it was a red card. So it's hard for Werner to score against that, especially considering that Ziyech, Pulisic are out. So for Martial, it is so hard for your first game week of the season to go against the best squad in the world in Crystal Palace. Probably better than Bayern at the moment. Probably beat them 8-2. All jokes aside, Crystal Palace did look like a solid squad these last 2 game weeks. Very sound defensively. They got out on the break and looked good on the counter. Looked like a good squad so far in the first 2 game weeks. So again, it's hard going up against the best team in the world. So 47 points for game week 2 is very frustrating. I'm not going to lie. I might have squeaked a little bit there. But it's even more frustrating knowing that Son and Danny Ings combined for 6 goals. To make matters worse, my overall ranking right now is worse than it was my rookie year in FPL at this point. Something I thought was impossible. But look, did Rocky Balboa quit when the odds were against him in movies 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? I don't know how many Rockies there are. But did he quit? No. Did Barcelona quit when they were down big to PSG in the Champions League? No. Am I just going to ignore Liverpool and Roma and what they did to Barcelona when they were down? Yes. Am I going to stop tweeting Emma Watson to get her on the show? No. Did Jim quit in The Office? Did Jim quit when his soulmate Pam was taken? No. But let's be honest. Was Karen actually better for Jim than Pam is? So after 2 game weeks, no, I'm not where I wanted to be. But it is what it is. That's the beauty of FPL. I'm going to keep staying positive. I'm going to keep staying optimistic and keep working week in and week out to get the best score I can. And right now I got to focus on game week 3 and see if I can make some tweaks in my squad to get the best score that I can get. And let's check it out while we're at it. So for my keeper, I'm sticking with Matt Ryan. I can't wait to transfer on a keeper at this point in the season. Matt Ryan's from Australia. Matt Ryan, Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie, Halle Berry. Halle Berry, hallelujah. Yes, please. So I'm actually switching this week and going back to the 4-man back line. And this is due to an injury to Wolverhampton. I think Vinagre now gets a start. If he does, he's playing against a West Ham squad who they have a very good opportunity to get a clean sheet against. And at 4.4 mil, even though I bought him for 4.5, great option for him to get some points there. So I also have Charlie Taylor getting a start. Now again, Burnley defense was solid last season. Nick Pope was a big reason for that. I'm hoping they can have that same defensive squad this season. Now they are going up against Southampton, who are a bit of a catfish right now. So hopefully they can come away with a clean sheet, especially because I dropped Danny Ings. Please, Taylor, get that clean sheet. So I do have Trent Alexander-Arnold going up against Arsenal. Now, I know a lot of people were worried about him, including me, I'm not going to lie. But let's not forget that last season, the same kind of thing happened. A lot of people were talking about maybe dropping him down to Robertson and saving some cash. Same exact story as last year. And then he went and dropped 24 points and hit him with the, "Are you not entertained?" And then, of course, I dropped him right before that and got sunned for the red card. That's twice I brought him up now. It still hurts, man. But TAA, I'm going to hold on to him for now. I think he's still a solid pick, especially considering that his schedule right now is very favorable. I think the next few matches after Arsenal, Aston Villa, Everton, Sheffield United, and West Ham. So he does have a great run of fixtures. I'm going to hold on to him and hope that he can rekindle that TAA flame that we're used to. So for Kyle Walker-Peters, look, I'm not going to lie. I didn't watch that match last week because not having Son or Danny Ings in that match is very hard to watch. It was honestly like watching your ex hook up with your friend. And take it from me, that is not fun to watch. So even though I couldn't get an eyeball test on KWP last weekend, he came away with an assist and probably should have had one the week before. So that's 2 promising weeks for a £4.5 million defender. So I'm definitely happy with him. And going forward, I think he is a good buy. A good buy, not a good buy. So for my midfield, I made 2 changes there. Another -4. Someone please stop me from taking a -4. I'm so addicted to it. I've already taken 2 in 2 weeks. So I guess I'll just ask you guys. At what point in the season am I going to have my first week where I don't take a hit? 4, 5, 6, 7, 25? Whoever wins, I guess I'll give him a shout out. So for the midfield, I'm going to stay boring. I'm going to stay safe. The legendary FPL player, the Egyptian king, Mo Salah. As far as fixtures go, outside of Man City in like game week 6, he has an incredible run of fixtures to like game week 19. That is a set and forget as it is. I know he only scored 3 points last week, but he still got off 4 shots and had 5 attempted assists. That is great underlying stats, and of course he was unlucky to come away with 3 points in my opinion, but that's 9 shots last weekend, 4 shots this week. I respect anyone who can take a lot of shots. Shout out my college days. And Mo Salah is going to stick on my squad. He is phenomenal. That left footer, I hope that he gets one against Arsenal. Sorry, Dill Pick, my editor. If you're watching this, please don't edit this part out. I hope he scores against Arsenal. So for my second midfield spot, I'm sticking with LLJR. Ladies love James Rodriguez, the man who could not rise in price. He had like 1 million people transfer him in, and he only just now got that 0.1 bonus. So he's only like 7.6 still. I think he is a phenomenal buy. He is a great player, whether he's with Everton, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. He is a world-class player. And I think he's really starting to show it here in the Prem. He didn't have as many shots last weekend, but there's going to be ups and downs, and he still came away with a goal and an assist. I think this Everton team looks really good. They can have a chance to challenge for the top 6 if they can keep it up. And James Rodriguez is going to be a huge part of it. So for my first transfer, I'm going with the boring again. Everyone's doing it. It's somebody that I've been talking about since the beginning of the season. He is my favorite player in the world, not named Messi and not named Alex Morgan, Kevin De Bruyne. To no one's surprise, last week, even against a tough Wolverhampton squad, he balled out. I mean, he had 4 shots, all of them on target, and 6 attempted assists. KDB is the Samuel L. Jackson of the Premier League. He is involved in everything. But I'm not going to lie, I was really tempted to go with Sterling, especially because he was 4% selected right now. An incredible differential, but I can't bet against KDB. What makes him even more enticing right now is it looks like they're going to be playing with a double pivot. They had Fernandinho and Rodrigo at center defensive mid and allowed Kevin De Bruyne almost to play that 10 role, getting super high up the pitch. He was involved again in everything. He's Samuel L. Jackson. If you look at the goal that Foden scored, that pass that he led through to Sterling, but as soon as he passed that ball, he already turned around. He didn't even look at what Sterling was going to do. He didn't look at Foden scored. He knew that as soon as he released Sterling behind the defense, that someone was scoring. He had no emotion as soon as Foden put it in the back of the net. I need to remind you guys that I'm the best midfielder in the world, bar none. He is a great player. He is staying in my squad. He is the best midfielder in the world, and he is going to go nowhere on my squad. At 11.5, I still think that is a great price for him. So for my last midfield spot, this may be a bit of a surprise. I was trying to go with Zaha after watching him play, but I missed out on the price rise, and honestly, I'm quite happy about it because I am going with the legendary, for the first time in my FPL career, Harvey Barnes. 3% ownership right now. I think that he is going under way too much radar. In fact, let's check the statistics. Now, that was a terrible Big Shaq impression, but let's check out the statistics anyway, and I squeaked. This season, he's actually averaging 5 shots per game. That's the second highest in the league, only behind Richarlison. But of course, 5 shots per 90 is not sustainable for the whole season. Not even the great Aguero could do that. So I went ahead and jumped into last season's statistics to see what Harvey Barnes did. Now let's not forget, he's only like 22 years old, so there's a lot of room for growth and development, especially on a Leicester side, who are great at developing their players, in my opinion. So last season, I'm reading these off my phone, forgive me. This is not a freestyle. I'm not Lil Wayne here. Now, he had 2.6 shots per 90 last season. That's more than Aubameyang, Jamie Vardy, his teammate, and Harry Kane, or slightly below Harry Kane, excuse me. He had a higher goal involvement than both Aubameyang and Raul Jimenez per 90 last season. Great company to be having. Am I getting too excited right now? I am way too excited to jump on this Harvey Barnes train. So for my front line, let's consider it Project Patience. Because Martial didn't look very good in his first match. In fact, he had 1 shot. Son had 4 goals, who I essentially brought him in for. So it's very tough. I'm going to stay patient with him, though. He's still on a good Manchester United squad, in my opinion. And once they get their feet rolling, they can really take off. And if Martial doesn't play well, it's an easy swap down to Raul Jimenez for me. Same thing goes with Timo Werner. Now, Timo Werner is playing West Brom, and if there's ever an opportunity for someone to score a goal, it's going to be this week. And if he can hit the ground running, I think he is worth that 9.5. Now, again, I am staying patient with them, especially because Pulisic and Ziyech aren't there. But now that Chilwell's back, I want to see what he can bring to the table this game week. If he doesn't do well, again, an easy swap down for me to Raul Jimenez and saves me $1 million as well. So that was my video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit that like and subscribe button. That would be beautiful. I can't thank you guys enough for the support that you've shown me since I started this channel. You guys are always interactive on here. I love it. Again, I will be live streaming on Sunday. Please come join me. Let's have a great discussion about what the matches look like and maybe what our transfer plans are come Sunday afternoon. Thank you so much for everything you've done. Again, there will be a mini league code in the description below. Have a great weekend. As always, Don out. Gracias para todo el pistolero.